fellow classmates. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you guys have had a good first 3 weeks of the semester already. So, to check in, I've been doing pretty good. Kind of been still doing the same old stuff that I was doing before, just spending time with my family, adjusting to working from home, just stuff of that nature. So, nothing really too drastic nowadays. Um, So to summarize for this week's assignment, there was a couple of things that were different. I would say when it came to the modern paintings, I could kind of tell which ones were more modern because of the colors that they were using and the different shapes and kind of just the styles that they combined with everything all together. So it wasn't as um, like with the 19th century, they usually had paintings that were about the war, stuff like that. So with the modern, you could kind of tell which ones had the colors, the red, the yellow, greens, like the bright type of colors. Um, some of the paintings had like humans, but in a shape type way, like not normal full actual portrait paintings, but like humans made out of ovals or triangles type things. When it came to the poetry, um, I actually read a lot of poetry. It's not similar to the ones that the professor gave us, but a lot of the poetry that she did give us, it was very, I don't want to say sad, but it kind of deals with a lot of emotions, more so the modern type of poetry. It's more dealing with how people are feeling and describing all their emotions that are going through their head or different situations, stuff like that. So that's kind of what I got out of the poetry um, for the modern style. And then for the music, right away, I could tell that the music from the 20th century was a little more upbeat and not too upbeat though, but like more kind of happy and like in high pitch compared to what the music was in the 19th century. It was a little more slow and kind of not too fast, but still just like at a lower sad pace, if that makes sense. Like it wasn't too fast, not too fast, not too slow. It was kind of in the middle, like neutral. So when it came to the paintings compared to the 19th century, so like I was saying, the paintings from the 20th century, they're very abstract. That's the word. Abstract and very just out there and loud. But compared to the 19th century, it's very 19th century kind of focused from what I was getting at. It was basically war, like either wars or like self portraits of people, stuff like that. It wasn't really a lot of pop art, if that makes sense. The one art piece that caught my eye was the 2nd of May, just because it was very graphic and it showed like people being slaughtered, stuff like that. And it was kind of interesting how in the painting, like right away, my eyes went to the white horse that was in the painting, just because it kind of like caught my attention right away. And I'm sure that's what the artist wanted to do. Like, even though there was so much chaos going around in the artwork, the horse still was like the center of attention because it was white and it was just like peace almost, if that makes sense. Um, Now for the poetry, the poem that stood out to me was "All Things Would Die." It kind of took me on a trip when I was reading the poem, just because like it wasn't focused on saying just one thing, but it was kind of like focusing on so many different things at once. So it was like they were talking about one thing here and then it would take you somewhere else. Like that's how I kind of, I don't know, that's how I like read it, but I might be over dramatic and seeing more than what was actually there. Now for the music, um, the Einstein on the Beach music piece was kind of interesting to me, since it was very fast paced and it wasn't like the slow paces that I had heard with the 19th century music. But it just, I don't know, it had different like I don't want to say textures, but it had different, like a variety of sounds that were just different to me, and it wasn't like the usual music that I've listened to. So I really actually liked it. Um, but overall, there was a lot of interesting art pieces, music, poetry. They were all great, and I'm definitely looking forward to what other things will come up. I'm already enjoying the things that we're looking at, and hopefully, I enjoy everything else that's to come. Thanks.